So how far would teachers go in implementing such curriculum? We're going to read from some incidents that were reported in the past years from different countries that have been implementing the sexual education. First incident, boy 13 rapes girl after sex education class so he can try it. That was in November 2014. Reported that a 13-year-old boy rapes a girl after sex education class so he can try it. That was in England. After the sex education lesson, and despite the young girl repeatedly saying no, so the consent concept did not work here, after the sex education lesson, and despite the young girl repeatedly saying no, he pinned her down and raped her. So over-sexualizing children, igniting their interest in sex, caused a 13-year-old boy to rape his classmate despite of her saying no. This was reported in the Daily Mail in the UK in November of 2014. In another incident in Jacksonville, Florida, a teacher suspended after shocking sex ed demonstration. The disciplinary action occurred after several photographs of Mrs. Mercer's questionable demonstration was posted on the popular image site Imgur. The picture taken with a student's cell phone clearly depicted Mercer's mimicking lewd gestures of questionable legal, ethical, and educational values. Mercer, who identified as a bisexual, genderqueer woman, is a proud member of the LGBTQ community, claims she did nothing wrong by portraying these acts for her class, and that the students left school far more enlightened than they had been prior to the day's lessons. These are grade 6 students. Another story that was also made it to the news in Toronto, a TDSB school where a teacher put a poster for the students explaining how to practice oral sex. There was another story of a teacher that took her students to a sex shop. There's another story of a teacher that was considering using porn movies in class to better illustrate the idea of sexual interaction. So this is how far teachers could go. These are real incidents reported, and I'm sure there are many more that were not reported. So what is the right way to do it? What should have the curriculum been in addressing this problem? If we say that this is encouraging them and this is making the sexual activity desirable by students, what was the ministry supposed to do? And is it possible to solve the problem? And we say yes. The exact same approach that Canada took against tobacco, against smoking. In the same curriculum, they talk about tobacco and talk about addictions. They talk about the harms. They talk about how effective and how abusive and harmful to the body it could be. And we need to know that in 1963, roughly 50% of Canadians were smokers. As of 2011, that number dropped to 17%. So smoking was a problem. There was peer pressure, everybody was doing it, everybody was influenced by it. 50% of Canadians were smokers, and all of a sudden dropped to 17% by 2011. How did we do that? Well, let me tell you how it was done. On June 17, 1963, Minister LaMarche rose in the Parliament and declared there is scientific evidence that cigarette smoking is contributory cause of lung cancer, and that it may also be associated with chronic bronchitis and coronary heart diseases. Scientific evidence that it's harmful. The government legislated no smoking acts. Took a few years, but eventually they were able to drop smokers' percentage from 50% to 17%. This is the exact same approach that we should take with wrong sexual behavior. If the intention was not to over-sexualize the children, this is the right behavior to do it. We've tried it before. Tell them it's wrong, tell them it's harmful. They have scientific proofs that it's harmful. Put restrictions on them, and eventually we will drop the rates of sexual engagements and save our children. But this curriculum is not doing this. It's doing the exact opposite. Unfortunately, there were many community members that supported the sex education, and when they're asked, they had no answers. I don't know why they did it. They're saying it for personal gains, personal interest, but I challenge them. If they truly read the curriculum and they truly have such details that we've presented, when they're asked, all what they say is, it's good for our children. The ministry said it's good for our children. They're just echoing what the ministry is saying. Every time they're questioned, they're just echoing what the ministry is propagating about, instead of learning from students, let's learn from a trusted source. Nobody is educating them. We have to take care of it. Students teach, parents want us to do it. They're just echoing what I've personally heard from Kathleen Wynne in our meeting. All the claims, unfortunately, they're not real. They don't serve the purpose. Some of the activists, when the curriculum was introduced in 2010, they opposed it, and they said this is not good. And all of a sudden, in 2015, they're applauding and supporting the curriculum. Some of the activists in our community, they're actually pushing and supporting, and it makes you wonder, why are they doing this? And the last point is sex education and politics. Does sex education have anything to do with politics? And we have elections in a few days. Unfortunately, because the government of Kathleen Wynne refused to engage in serious dialogue with parents, refused to listen to parents, refused to address the concerns of parents, and they challenged parents. The only way to fix the problem is to put the 2015 curriculum on hold, go back to the 1998 curriculum, and put the curriculum under serious study and evaluation by experts, not by a convicted pedophile, by physical health experts, mental health experts, developmental experts, psychiatrists. We need experts to review the curriculum. We need experts to give their honest scientific opinion on it. We need parents to be consulted. That's what we're asking for. Pull it out, get it reviewed, get it fixed, and then we're all happy to have sexual education in school that are within the reasonable realm of schools, and leaving the critical parts for parents. Repealing it will only happen if a serious government will come and do that job. It's not going to be done by the liberals. But yes, this is becoming a serious issue for elections. We have to keep it in mind. There are a lot of serious issues in elections. Economy is serious. Corruption is serious. The health condition, the health situation is serious. Parental rights are also very, very serious. And yes, we should use that as a serious issue when we talk to politicians, express our concerns, and make sure they will respect parents and parental rights. We make sure they would promise and deliver on reviewing the curriculum and fixing it and get it evaluated by experts. If any party commits to this, they surely deserve our vote, in addition to the other important issues that needs to be discussed with politicians. So unfortunately, it's Kathleen Wynne that made it an election issue. It's not parents. She's the one that was stubborn. She's the one that pushed us to say, if you don't deal with it, we're going to raise the issue during the elections. And here we are, June 7th, it's your chance, parents, to voice yourself and protect your kids and get a commitment from the candidates that this issue will stay alive, will be on the table, and will be dealt with accordingly, in addition to the other issues that concerns you. All what we did since 2015 and before, and what we're doing now, is out of true, genuine concern for your kids, for the future of our children, to protect all our children from all faith and all backgrounds. We're concerned for Canadian children. We want them to be happy and healthy and not engage in a destructive, harmful activities that unfortunately are promoted by schools in Ontario. We want the best, and we wish the best to every Canadian, every Ontarian. We pray for this country to remain healthy, diverse, peaceful, and tolerant. We pray for Canada to be the haven for all humans that seek peace, that seek coexistence. Ramadan Mubarak. May Allah accept from you. Thank you very much for your time. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace be upon you.